Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the pod. My name is Jones and I'm your host. On this episode, I sit down with IBK, Ibukolwa, aka Highbeekay. She's a friend, she's a designer as well, and we talk about her experience getting into the tech industry. She's a really funny person, her personality is very nice. She's also kind of people that you would want to hang out with because they always have a way to lighten the mood of everybody. And that's beautiful, that's very nice. She has been one of the kindest people I have had to meet since I got into the Rotary community generally. And so, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, as you listen to this episode, may you be blessed.
How's your weekend been?
Yeah, how's my weekend? I think it wasn't that stressful. It was not that stressful. I went to the market yesterday and today I just did online. I attended online service and yeah, here we are. So, how was yours?
Mine was fine. I was at my table trial yesterday trying to edit and design flyers for a webinar that the company is organizing, that Income is organizing for someone. Today, spent today trying to what I did this morning. This morning I was designing for someone as well. Then went to start editing the podcast that I was supposed to edit like weeks ago. So that's basically what I've been doing so far. So now I want to go back to say, what was your first experience, your first work experience?
So, I started out as a radio presenter because I wanted to practice what I studied. And so, I found out along the line that it's not something profitable, right? And it's not something that I can do and go far with it until I get to know people like top. It was so stressful because I had to look for adverts. Like most radio stations are sponsored with adverts, right? So I had to look for adverts, like people that are interested in advertising their stuff to the radio station and all. So it was very stressful for me and resigned one day. And because the man was like, oh, he likes me and all like that, like that. This man has a wife already, right? And he has like I think 4 children, and the wife is still pregnant. And you like somebody, you still want a concubine. So I just had to resign from the job. It was not paying me. I was trying to learn, and because of the guy was trying to like assault me sexually, so I had to like quit the job. So that was my first work experience after school. Yeah.
So after school, you did mass comm, and then you went, into doing practice mass comm. This guy, was he like your boss, or was he just an employee, or was it?
Yeah, he was my boss, but like he was of the radio station I was working for at that time. Yeah, so he was my boss.
Is that something you can mention? Can you mention the name of?
I can't see. The thing is, I can't even remember. So it's not like the popular radio station you get. This radio station is I think it's at Ogun State, not deep Ogun State. They get like that Agbado side, yeah.
That's funny, Agbado. It's the name of a place. It's the name of a food.
The name of
Oh my
it.
god.
Yeah, yeah.
That makes
Because you
sense.
don't stay in Lagos, so you might not know all those
Mm-hmm. I guess so. So that what was your salary at that time?
I think I was earning, I think, is it 50K? Yes. So I just did the job for 1 month. It wasn't even up to a month. So he just calculated the days that I worked and he paid me, right? But it was supposed to pay me 50K for that month. One, I really don't like stress, right? I don't like something over stressing me. So if I find that I'm always walking around and it's not profitable and I have to start looking for adverts, those are the cons that like made me to say, oh, I just want to quit this job. And I never looked at taking a radio presenting job again, like after then. In my mind, I already knew that broadcasting is not for me. You get like it's not profitable and I don't want to do something that won't bring money to the
You said
table.
it's
So
not profitable. What's your idea of like profitable?
okay,
So
so
like looking back at that time, how old were you, sir? How old
so
were
I
you?
think that was like 22, 22, 23. I think around that age. 22. Yeah.
Nice. So like what was your idea? Like at 22, 23, 50K was not profitable to you. So like, what was your idea of like business or money that was profitable?
So what I mean by profitable is there has to be a balance between the amount of work you put in and your salary, right? You don't want to put in much work and earn less. You get. So at the end of the day, it's like you're struggling. You're working so much, trying to meet up with or getting target for the company. And at the end of the day, they are paying you that stipend. So the amount of work you've even put in, like, is like times two of what they are paying you. So why would they pay you that less? Do you understand what I'm saying?
So how much do you think at 22, 23 would have been enough to keep you at that job?
It depends on the kind of job you are doing.
No, now, like the radio station job, say you at 22, 23, right? 50K was nothing. So let's remove the man, that guy, that everything. And then, let's say you had a good boss, right? And you were doing the same job. Like, how much do you think would have been enough for you to consider it like profitable?
So it was not even about the money, right? Yeah, it was not about the money. It was not about the money. So if my workload wasn't as much as was then, right? If the workload is equal to the job, because like a lot of jobs in Lagos, you take up jobs and they overstress you, overuse you. So if the workload is not much, 50K is not bad, right? But if the workload is much, you should be able to pay me like 80 to 100K. Do you get? So it's not even about the age. Do you understand? Like there are a lot of people that are earning more and they are young, right? So it's not a big deal. Age should not even be a big deal. Do you get? Age should not be a big deal. You should consider your mental health. Do you get? Like, is my mental health worth this? Is the stress worth it? Is the stress worth the pay? Do you get? So I don't look at, oh, maybe I'm 20, 22, 23, I'm still living under my parents. They are still the ones sponsoring me. I need to have savings, right? I need to be able to do some little things by myself at that age. So the fact that you are combining work stress to have to look for targets for you doesn't make sense for you to pay me that amount. If the workload is not as much as that, 50K is not a big deal, right? But if the workload is much, you should be considering paying like someone that will be doing that much, 80 to 100K.
When you say you're looking for, like, what was the experience like going out to look for people to do adverts? Like, walk me through that experience of saying, possible of finding somebody.
It's not like I'm going out looking for people, right? I had to work with someone that is my direct boss, yeah. And sometimes she has client meetings. So she goes to look for clients and we go for the meetings together. So those clients might want to do adverts. When we have clients meetings like that, I'll just follow her. We have to trek to go and meet the client. Sometimes we like try to jump buses and all like that. Do you get? And sometimes you might have to like search them on Google. Then aside that, I was also doing like presenting, like presenter work.
What kind of clients you guys have?
Yeah, people that want to like now, maybe you want real estate, you want to advertise your land, maybe you're selling land. Mostly real estate people or travel agencies. Do you get? People that have new products they want to advertise. Do you get? Yes. So if you listen to radio very well, you notice that they are selling land at Mowe. You will hear all those stuff on radio station. Do you get?
Oh,
Or if you when any travel agency like that, you get to hear, yeah. So that's it.
were you ever like in a position where you had to know how much the clients were paying the radio station for an ad?
Oh, I think it's a percentage, but I can't remember how much. I can't remember, but it wasn't much. It was not much. So I think what they do is they pay them.
Percentage?
Yeah, so they pay them
Oh,
for timing. Do you get? So the duration of the advert is what determines how much the radio station will be collecting. So I think it's timing. Yeah, I think it's timing, not percentage. It's timing.
looking at now, they're married woman. Show us your ring. Oh, yeah, ring.
I am ringless. I really don't like wearing my ring. I really don't like to. I don't like to look like the married woman. Like I'm still a young lady, so don't mind me. Yeah, I don't just like anything on my
You're
fingers.
still, you're still a young lady. How old are you?
I don't want to say my age on.
Okay. No, no, that's fine.
Wearing yeah, I don't like wearing rings on my fingers. So I don't like wearing.
Okay, so I know you've told me your gist about like all these different companies that you work for. So after you finish working for those guys, right? How long did it take you to get another job, and what job was that?
Yeah. Okay. So after I finish working for the radio station, so I'm this kind of person. If you are in Lagos, you have to be an hustler, right? You don't just sit down at home and because when you see youth like every morning they are going to work, so it kind of motivates you, right? After I left that job, I got a job at Computer Village, one of my ogas then. So the guy like referred me to work at Computer Village. So I did like a sales job. Yeah, I was about going for service. I did that job for some time. That was actually stressful too because I had to work on Saturdays, on weekends. You know, computer if you go to Computer Village, they work on weekends. I did that for some time. Then I went for service. Then came back. I started looking for a job again. I've worked at a lot of companies, like especially Ikeja. So I worked at Faxion. I worked at one Chinese ring store at Ikeja. Most of my jobs are either customer representative job, sales representative job. So because of, if you study mass com in Polytechnic covers like advertising, public relations, communications, broadcasting, all of that. You get so yeah. So I had the privilege to work as a customer service representative, sales rep. So yeah, after working for the Chinese company, I think that was when I now said, okay, I'm done working for all these companies. I think I worked for a company in Yaba, so that was a tech company. I just did, what did I do? I did content creator for the company. Like I was on writing content for their website. It was like a very horrible company to work with. Like I've been working with a lot of horrible, like I've
Okay, let's go back first. This is the interesting bit. You were a content creator for a company and you're writing content for their website. But I can't imagine people writing content for a company's website. Are they changing their website every day? Or like, what's that job like?
the company is an agent, so they collect websites like they collect website gigs. You get what I'm saying? So I write like content for all the websites, yes. So
So all of this before you enter bank.
yes, before I entered the bank. And so when I and so when I was about to get the bank job, right, I had like done interviews, different interviews too, right, before I got this bank job. And I was like, I pictured myself working in a very big organization, right? That was what's like lured me into working in the bank. So I pictured myself, I saw bankers as people that are big people, like the way they communicate, like working in a big organization where you have a lot of people you're working with is a big deal. So yeah, so I told my mom I want to work in the bank. I want to gain experience. Do you get the name of the bank? Like seeing it on my CV is a plus for me. Do you get that was the idea I thought. Do you get what I'm saying? So I went for the series of interviews. I wrote tests and my application got successful. I was happy that finally I'm not going to be working with all these companies that don't have good names, like that don't have big names. Do you get? Everybody knows Union Bank. Not everybody knows KJK Africa. So that was a big deal for me. So when I got into the bank and working in the bank was interesting because I get to meet a lot of customers, relate with them. My colleagues were actually fun to be with. I used just a year at the bank. The kind of person I am is I like to grow. I don't want to be doing the same thing repeatedly.
Thank you for sitting this long. It's just a short break. I want to remind you to check out the next episode that's coming out, which is episode 26. I think it's already out. It's kind of a mix up on my end. So please check out 27, which is coming out next week. Is an episode with my friend Jacko Precious, aka Ghost Mark. He is a Rust and Golang developer. He's really good at what he does. He's one of the smartest, hardworking people I know. I think the episode will be fun. Honestly, it'll be really fun. So don't forget to check it out, like and subscribe to know when the episode comes out. In the meantime, you can go to the link in the description to check out the newsletter where we recommend other interesting news that's called What's Podcasting. Yeah, so peace out and enjoy the episode. Bye.
I don't want to be doing the same thing repeatedly. I noticed that my brother works from home. The money that comes into his account at the end of the month, like, it's not compared to someone that is sitting down 8 to 5. Do you get what I'm saying? My brother was like, okay, why can't you just go into tech? How am I going to survive learning tech and also like working in the bank? And so I said, okay, maybe I'll just have to resign. Not because of I had made up my mind to go into tech, but because I was frustrated. Like I had someone that like the environment is actually toxic. My branch was very toxic. Like you come to work in the morning and you notice that people are beefing each other, they are not greeting each other, they are keeping malice at work. Do you get? So if I'm talking to somebody that you are fighting with, you want to be fighting with the same person. It's not possible. I can't thrive in a toxic environment. So the person that was even my direct team lead, the person that was my direct team lead was always sending stupid mails about me because she noticed that our boss likes me, right? So she will not send mail that, oh, this girl, she's disobedient. Or I'm like, why will you send such a childish mail? Do you get? And she was expecting the guys to react. But it does not make sense, right? I had accident like 3 times, one on the bike, one, the napep maneuvered, like it tumbled. Then the other one, I can't remember, but I had like 3 accidents. And so I was tired of the whole thing. Like, we can't relate. Someone we used to relate together before, you just started like beefing me and sending stupid mails about me. Even the day I went to the hospital, I was telling that I can't come back to the bank. That was the morning I had accidents. Like, the Marwa tumbled. And I was saying that I can't come back that day to work. I need to go to the hospital. I sent her pictures of the hospital. And this girl still end up writing an email against me. Do you get? And sometimes we now get to like have calls. Like, so if you want to, we are doing our monthly PR. They call it monthly performance review. So if you're doing our monthly PR, we used to have calls, like long calls. A lot of customers feel that, oh, you're working in a bank, you are dressing well, you are educated, you're a big person. People see you go to work in the morning, but they don't know what you're facing, right? So that's what I see about all these big companies. Like, most of them is just name. Exactly. Most of them is just name. But when you get inside, their work culture is actually different from what they portray. Even if you are paying me so well, you don't have the right to like insult me or talk to me anyhow. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, so all those things coupled with I want to learn, I want to like divert, do you get? And because of I've seen my first older brother, I've seen him grow in tech and become successful. I've seen my second brother grow in tech and become successful. So I said, okay, I think it's time for me to just dive into tech. It was a bold step because when I was resigning, they sent me a mail for conversion. That's to full-time staff. Do you get? So they can't send me a mail to come for conversion test, and I had already dropped my resignation letter. I just told my organ that I was going to resign, and he was like, "Why are you resigning?" I just like him that I've gotten a new job. I didn't know he was trying to promote me. I didn't even know his plans. Do you get? He wanted me to like stay long there, convert me to a full-time staff, make me earn more. He was sad that I would be leaving. I said, well, I've already made up my mind. I didn't even tell other people. I just said, okay, let me drop my resignation letter, and I got the mail. Then I said, I can't change. I've already dropped my resignation letter. I can't change my mind again. I need to go back home.
From the first job as being a radio presenter to working in computer village and then changing to working as a content writer for a tech company and then into the bank. Did you have an idea of these were steps that I needed to take, or was it like I need to get a job, I need to find a job? Like, how did you think about it? Was it like, okay, I need to be in this place, so I need to learn this, I need to work here, or like I'm tired of this job, I need a job, I need to move? How was it in your mind during all this period?
So for me, I was an hustler, right? I like anything that comes to me, I want to take it bigger. I did not care what was coming with it. I don't like to depend on people, and I don't like to sit down idle. I want to do anything, even if it's business. I can sell anything. I can do anything. So I don't like to find my hands idle, right? I see a lot of my friends that are working. So why can't I do something? So I just apply randomly. You get? So it's not like, oh, I already planned this. And I think everything now is working. Like, I think everything has been written. Do you get? I think everything is God's plan because the experience that I've gained during those periods were not a waste. So it has grown me. I've understood that, oh, this is how things are. This is how it is. It's not about you going to do 9 to 5. It's not about you waking up in the morning and entering bus in Lagos that makes it look like you're hardworking or something. So I have seen things, you get. So it's not like I planned my journey. I just like randomly apply for stuff because I feel, oh, I don't just want to sit there at home. But when I start seeing that my account balance is already looking somehow, I'm like, oh, what's the next thing to do? Do you get? So that's the kind of person I am. Yeah.
So your salary kept going up, or was it fluctuating like 50K to 20, or was it 50K to 70
No,
to 80 to 100?
yeah. So it was going up. Oh. It was going up, but not really up like that. So maybe 10,000 I had there. When I worked at Yaba, the woman was a toxic boss. She did not pay me. Do you get? So I end up like sometimes not getting what they put in the description. Do you get? I end up not getting paid because I'll be frustrated. I'll leave there at the end of the month. So it's either I'm not paid or they calculate how much they paid me. Do you get? So like a lot of my jobs, I didn't do them for more than maybe 3 months, 2 months, 1 month. It was Union Bank that I stayed for like a year. You get what I'm saying?
Do you think that's a bad thing? Because I know, like, first of all, if somebody's not valuing you, that's the reason to leave. First of all, like, if you put in something, whatever it is, relationship, friendship, jobs, and they don't value it, that's enough reason to. But then the downside of, like, do you think it's a bad thing leaving jobs like after like a month, months?
So yeah, so I actually think it's a bad thing, right? But I also think that you have to find purpose in whatever you want to do. So you have to calm down. You have to very calm. Understand the kind of job you want to do. Don't just rush into taking any job.
Yeah.
Know that, like, understand this company's culture. Know that, okay, if I work for this company, what am I going to gain? Know the values of the company. So I think because I was much younger then, I just wanted to hustle and make money. I didn't really know what I wanted for myself. Like, at that time, I had not really found what I wanted. Do you get? So I'm just like trying to test waters. Which one work for me? Is it customer service? And I was even thinking I would become like a very big customer service officer. I didn't get, not until I knew that there's something better than customer service, which is tech. You get what I'm saying? And so now
Yeah.
entering into tech, I already know I've found my purpose. So even when it's not easy, I can tell myself that, see, you already found purpose in this thing. You just have to grow in it. And that is how you're going to make money. Yeah, money is no more my primary purpose, like my primary stuff. You get, because I find fulfillment in product design. That is why I'm doing product design. And sometimes when I want to quit, or when it looks like, oh, maybe it's not giving me what I want, I'll be like, see, there's a reason I started first. And if people are like 20 years into this stuff, why can't I just grow? Do you get? And I noticed that the more you dive deep, the more you dive deep into something, the more you become more knowledgeable and you become more expert in that stuff. Do you get? How do I get that 5 years of experience if I don't follow through that path? I think you should actually find fulfillment in what you are doing. Look for something very, very profitable that you know that, oh, you've had success stories about it. Apply to companies that you know that you can actually stay there for not a very long period of time, but at least like a very reasonable period of time. So when they even say that, oh, you have so years of experience and you've been working in this company, that means that you are a stable person. That makes it easier for them to employ you.
Let's get to tech now, right? How many companies have you worked with? You're a product designer, spent about 3 years, I guess. How many companies have you worked with? And like, what were the most interesting bits about working for this company?
Okay, so I think I got my first contract job. That was in 2021, December, yeah. So that was like, it was a friend that gave me that job, and he liked what I did, and that was like my first contract job. So he liked what I did. I designed the company's website, even though the guy has traveled now, and I don't think he still wants to run that company, right? But the guy was so impressed that he told me that he would be recommending me for jobs, right? So that was the first person I worked with, and I appreciated working with him. I've worked for TFU, I've worked for ShopShare. Yeah, I mentored. Yes, I did. I did mentorship, but I did mentorship. I think 2022. That was last year. Yeah, currently I work for Prefina.
How do you define satisfaction? You mentioned fulfillment, right? How do you define it? Say, is it an experience? Is it something that people experience? Like, say, this is your Fox biscuit. You can't describe to me the taste of the biscuit. You can tell me it's sweet. Sweet is a general thing. Rice is sweet. Lollipop. But the experience of how crunchy it is, the nice, like, how would you define, say, the fulfillment you feel as a designer now? How would you define it for yourself?
So, like, fulfillment comes from enjoying what you do. You wake up every morning and you want to do something new. Like the fact that you can learn a lot of things in design or in tech. So, let me compare it to my bank job now. My bank job, I'm just like counting customers' money, helping customers to fill form or doing, like, I already know that that's my daily routine. For design, I know that I have the privilege to learn new things. Like I was telling you, I learned about icon doc, like one new icon stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you learn new things, you get to meet people. I'm so proud of this stuff I'm doing. It's not so common seeing a female engineer. Do you get, like, a female electrical engineer or a female mechanical engineer? So I'm bringing it to gender now. I'm sorry for doing that, but for me, it's something to be proud of. Do you get, like, even though a lot of people still don't understand product design, like a lot of elderly people still don't understand product design, but I'm going to get to that stage that I'm going to see people use what I've done or what I've designed. And I'm so proud and I'm happy that, wow, this is the stuff that I designed and somebody is using it and giving like good comments about it. They get, and the exposure you get from tech, it's a big deal. Because I can't imagine working in the bank and working with foreigners. No. But tech will make you work with foreigners. You can relocate. So aside from the fact that I'm telling you, you have to experience it yourself. There are bitter parts in tech. and right, but that's what molds you. There are parts that you have to get rejection mails and all, but looking at the rejection mails, you want to know that, oh, this is what I did wrong that is making me get this. I don't know anybody that is in tech that is stagnant. Like, your growth is very obvious to you, even if it's not obvious to people, right? Because people want to see results. But you see that, oh, today this is what happens to me. Tomorrow I've done better. I'm thinking about how this interface can be much better. I started tech in 2021, and I can tell for myself that I've grown in my skills. Do you get? I've grown in the way I relate to people, interact with people. Do you get what I'm saying? Growth is relative. Do you get? Growth is relative, and it is time. Yeah, it is like it's time paced. Like it's not like you can't grow on the pace of everybody. My growth is different from TY's growth, or different from Vicky's growth, or your own growth. Like, we grow differently. Do you get? It might take me time to get to where I want to get to, but I might see someone that is younger than me, that is a CEO in tech, right? That person is different. His story is different from mine.
What was the difficult time for you? Because first of all, let me go back to this thing about like friendly. I also feel the same thing about fulfillment. I think like 2020, 2021 was like a long time coming. And then now what I enjoy doing is either I'm writing code, I'm editing, researching. Like, design is not a thing where I sit down and I'm like as invested as I used to. Not like it's boring totally. It's not totally boring. I'm not just totally interested in that much anymore. But I can do it. I know the basics. I can figure it out. And I think fulfillment for me right now is like I can sit down, have this podcast with you and edit it, like cut it in a way that the conversation is nice. Give it out to people, see how people react to it, get the feedback, fix it, research, all those things. So I think fulfillment with people is different. And like the same thing with growth in terms of like being different from people. So back to the question as to what is the most difficult time? The period where your said career that has been the most difficult for you.
Okay, so I think that will be last year. And so last year was really difficult because I applied for nutrition internship. I don't know if you know about it. Like, invested all my time. So I think it can be frustrating for you to like invest your time in something, put all your mind and all your like invest so much in it, and you still did not get the result you want. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, just like you are editing podcast now, and you just found out that, oh, the video got deleted. How will you feel? You'll be frustrated. You'll be very annoyed.
That can be. It happened in the last episode
Yeah, you feel very bad.
with Javelin. Sorry to cut short. We had the whole thing, we had the whole video call and everything, and then the episode never got off with it. Just went out. So I had to deal with just editing just the one with Iron Clement and the bits and pieces I could find from the Javelin. That was so painful because I wanted it to be there. Like, I just wanted it. Now I just have to tell you this, like, it called back to say when you were saying if I wanted to design something and it's not there and how people are sad out. So yeah, I get that. So yeah.
It can be really frustrating. I applied and I got to the final stage. And so when I got to the final stage, like I and a friend of mine, that's Pelumi. So I and Pelumi were like we were together in the team. It was like we were competing against each other, but because we are friends, we didn't see it that way. We had to like, oh, have you done this? Have you done that? How can I help you do this and that? So we are like assisting each other. And so when the mail came, like they shortlisted, I think 3 people in our team, or 2 people, I think 3 or 2, out of a team of like I think 50 or so. So when the final mail like came in, telling me it was like rapture because they picked just 3 people out of a whole. So Colin was like, "Have you gotten the mail? I just got the mail. Have you gotten the mail?" And I was on my way from the country. I was actually like processing moving out of the country at that time. And I was like, okay, any money I get now, I'm just going to invest in that. And so I calculated the money, and Altushi is like I think 6 months. I'm not sure, but the first 3 months you do like first 3 months or something. So like I already like calculated that money, and I was not working at that time. I was not working at that time. So I invested all my time, everything. Can be really stressful. Actually, she can be really stressful because she has to do like my own team. We did like a lot of research with NGOs, meeting with children because it was like a children application. When the mail came and I didn't get the mail, I I was angry. I was angry with myself. Like, why did I just invest so much time into this kind of stuff, and I was thinking I would get it and all like that. So if I cried, I kind of, my mom was like, just calm down, calm down, calm down. I said I did not expect this kind of stuff. Yeah, I didn't expect it. Like they just used me for like just used me to do free work. They get you must not be working if you are doing outreach because they want you to like invest all your time in it. So yeah, that was the most difficult moment for me. For my life, I should have just like prioritized my peace of mind. At 23, I was worried about working anywhere. Like I was worried about being paid regardless of anywhere I work. If I had known then, I would have just like been patient, grown my career, not jumping from one career to the other. Do you get? Like I would have done tech that time because even at that time, my immediate elder brother wasn't doing tech. I would have at least like calmed down, not take up crazy jobs. They see hardworking people as people that go to work in the morning and come back in the evening. They don't know the stress that those people are going through. A lot of times I've been stranded on the road because they will increase the price of buses and I'll have to walk one junction to the other. Or is it the day that I walk to the office going in the morning? They banned Okada at Ikeja. Do you get what I'm saying? So I would have actually prioritized my peace of mind than what people would think about me or what people would think of me. Do you get?
Ah, damn. Oh, MTN, Thunder Fire, MTN. Shibidi, like, oh, welcome back, IBK.
Shigidi. All right. Okay.
I was singing song.
Can you see
Yeah, I
me?
can hear
I
you.
think
Like,
I can. Okay.
I can see you now. I can see you now.
Okay. Yeah. So I like I have this kind of person. Maybe I don't take things too serious, but I believe that I have to like light up every room that I am in. Like I think that's part of an attribute of being a customer service person. Like, yeah. So and aside that, I think it's my nature, right? I just want to like see everything will be fine. Do you get? Even if things are not going so well with me, like I don't want people to see me being moody. It's only my husband that knows that, oh, this girl, maybe she had something going wrong with her. Do you get? Or maybe she has cried today. Do you get? But I don't want people seeing me that way because mood is contactable. You get like
Contagious.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Contagious, exactly. So I don't want people seeing me sad and I don't know what you two are facing. I would not be adding my own to your own. Do you get? So
That's nice. I think that comes to
all right. So nice talking. Thank you, Jones. Like so, thank you very much, Jones. Like you really motivate me and inspire me if you don't know. Like for you to be able to put up this thing, even though you are not getting many subscribers on YouTube, but you still like continue, like you are consistent with what you are doing. And you're a young guy. So I'm inspired by you. Well done what you do. I admire your podcast, I admire your confidence and the way you relate to people. Yeah. Thank you everyone. You did hear what I said.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I heard everything you said. This is so much to me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You always compliment me. I still because I don't know. Why?
That's the truth. That's the truth. You are brilliant.
I will not be blushing. My cheek will not be like this. I'll be blushing.
Sorry, son. But the truth is, you're actually brilliant, right? You might not get it like enough from people, but you're brilliant. Like seeing young people do like great things like this inspire me. Do you get? Like imagine when you clock 30, you would have been doing so much great things. So you inspire me a lot.
Thank you for being my friend. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. All right. Okay, now take care.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for listening out to this episode. That was a blissful listen. As you have listened, may you be blessed. This is just a kind reminder that let me know what you think about this episode in the description below. I want to really get your thoughts. If you have future ideas, if you have things that you would prefer the episode to sound like or be like, or you have guests that you would want me to talk to, just share them or topics. I would really love to know them. So in the meantime, you can subscribe to know when the next episode comes out. And yeah, the next episode is going to be an episode with Ghostmark. And after that, I have an episode coming up with Tolu from BCB. He works at Block. So it's interesting to know what they're doing at Block. In the meantime, subscribe, let me know what you think. Peace out.